Hello. My research proposal is based off SEL implementation. This research proposal will point out how teachers perceive intentional SEL strategies in relations to positive effect on classroom environments and influence student behavior. My target issue is that when teachers include SEL into their classrooms, they provide students the space to practice and master academic and social and emotional skills, while also providing a safe and welcoming environment to learn. My choice of methodology is a qualitative research because it will allow the opportunity for me to examine the live experiences of teachers and students who do not integrate SEL in their classrooms. My research question is: what are the perceptions of elementary school teachers when incorporating social emotional learning strategies into daily instructional practice to emphasize positive academic outcomes and reduce behavior? My literature review consists of three main themes, one being that research constantly showed that students who have developed social and emotional skills have high academic performance, knows how to regulate their emotions very well, and have a high motivation for learning. SEL practices have seemed to be the reason for high academic and social skills within students of different ages and different backgrounds, from Lee and Simmons in 2022. Another thing that was presented was that when teachers intentionally implement these SEL practices, students are more likely to regulate their feelings and stay focused on tasks while participating in meaningful learning. From Soroya and Buck in 2025. The last thing that was presented was that effective SEL occurs when teachers implement social and emotional components into daily classroom practice instead of separating them into its own. This builds consistency in the classroom. Lee and Simmons mentioned that teachers can use different strategies to teach social and emotional learning, such as role play, modeling, and reflective discussions in 2022. The current research includes Chin, who explained that SEL is extremely successful when teachers consistently provide SEL practices into their everyday classroom instruction. Teachers should be comfortable with teaching social and emotional skills. Therefore, proper training should be available for teachers to promote positive outcomes. Another thing within current research was that Derlich, Weisberg, Dimnicki, Taylor, and Skillinger found that students who showed enhanced SEL skills modeled low levels of emotional stress from a meta-analysis they conducted. Oh. One problem in my research that was stated from Chin in 2026 was that it is difficult for these literatures to provide generalization of the concept of social emotional learning because there's a lot of curriculums present to follow. There is a school based curriculum and also a non lesson based curriculum. Some teachers struggle with finding the balance between integrating SEL because it is not a lesson based curriculum. How can my research help this topic? My research can add meaningful support to the knowledge of SEL implementation in the classroom by addressing the gap in how is SEL most effectively implemented in classrooms in real time, rather than just focusing on if SEL works or not. My research will consist of evidence such as daily check-in documents, academic lesson plans that include SEL practices, and observations on how consistent and effective SEL is applied in the classroom. Teachers will be able to model these insights, and I will provide inside of their own and will be able to provide inside of their own classroom realistically. My data will be collected from multiple sources to ensure a credible understanding of teacher perspectives on SEL integration inside of the classroom. My main component of sources will be elementary school teachers who incorporate SEL practices in their classrooms. My data collection will include surveys, teacher interviews, and classroom observations. The methods of data analysis I will use for my study is a thematic analysis approach. A thematic analysis approach will be appropriate for my research because it allows the interpretation of themes within data collection and can organize them effectively. From Ahmed 2025. For starters, all my data will be reviewed for accuracy, and then I will begin my coding process by organizing my data based on their meanings. My codes will be then grouped into portions that will identify the relations between SEL strategies to behavior improvements or SEL strategies to academic improvements. These codes will be then organized into themes. Descriptive statistics will be used to analyze the surveys, including means and percentages. Some ethical considerations to keep in mind is the privacy and protection of teachers and students. My main goal will to protect all privacy of my teachers and students by letting my teachers know that they do not have to state their names in interviews and that confidentiality will be provided in my data collection. All my participants will be provided with a consent form before participating to ensure participants know what they are signing up for and expectations are clear. I will also get approval from the school's administrators before starting and ask for letters to be sent out to parents informing them that they might be observed by a researcher. To ensure that no harm is done while for my research study, all students will remain anonymous in my reports when I am using their individual responses. I will also make it clear to all my teachers that I am not observing for job performance or evaluation, and if they do not want to participate, they will receive absolutely no consequences. There may be signs of bias because I personally view SEL implementation in the classroom as a positive effect. This component could affect my interpretations of classroom environments during my observations. To decrease this bias within my data analysis, I plan to keep a journal with me to write down my own personal thoughts or opinions that will not be included in my analysis. My study will hold ethical standards highly because I will address these concerns efficiently and have a peer review my data analysis and coding skills. In conclusion, my research proposal will examine the meaningful and real life insights into the implementation of social and emotional learning inside of the classroom. A need to understand how teachers perceive SEL practices in relation to academic and social behavior is important in today's time. By seeking teachers' perceptions, it will provide a clear understanding on the influence of SEL. My findings will emphasize the benefits and challenges teachers go through when incorporating these SEL practices into their daily instruction. This research will be able to provide recommendations to teachers and administrators on effective SEL practices. Here are my references, and that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this was helpful.